Okay guys, we're going to take this mastery check today and I am going to help you out with it a little bit. I'm going to do it with compliments of some of my colored pens that Alexis gave me for my birthday. She gave me these pens and she said, Miss Bosworth, you can use these pens in your video. So here you go. Here's my colors. I just grabbed up some and they're not erasable. So if I make a mistake, it's just going to be a hot mess, but that's okay. All right, this is your mastery check, and I'm going to kind of go through it with you a little bit and give you some tips and pointers and helpers and get you started. So Harry has $15 to spend on lunch. He decides to buy pizza slices, which cost $2.50 each, and a container of orange juice, which costs $1.75. So he has $15 to spend on lunch. That's his total. Okay, even when we're writing an inequality, we're looking for that variable term, constant term, and total, okay? We're looking for the variable term, the constant term, and the total. All right, he wants to buy pizza slices, which cost $2.50 each, and a container of orange juice, which cost $1.75. Well, the $1.75 is going to be his constant. This is going to be our variable, okay? So let's first get that written down here. We've got our our variable term is $2.50 X, because we don't know how many pieces of pizza. It's asking us in our question the maximum number of pizza slices. So we know that's going to be X. All right, plus the $1.75 he's going to put in for his orange juice, and our total is $15. Now, the catch here is which inequality symbol we need. He has $15 to spend. So the amount that he spends, which is over here, the amount he's spending. I'm trying to make sure I've got the whole page in the camera view, guys. Hang on. The amount he's spending. This cannot be more than this. He's only got this much to spend. If he spends more than that, he's going to be asking the person standing in line behind him if he has some money or something. He ain't going to have enough money. So this amount has to be less than or equal to that $15. Okay? Once you have your equation, then you have to solve it. You're going to subtract 175 from both sides, divide both sides by 250. That's going to tell you the maximum number of pizza slices he can buy. So he's got his number of pizza slices. This number over here is going to be less than or equal to X is going to be less than or equal to whatever number you get. Because that's going to make sure he stays within his budget, okay? So I'm just kind of helping you out a little bit. Now, I'm not going to solve this for you. I'm going to make you do a little bit of the work. So you've got to solve that. Make sure you solve that. And remember, you're just solving it like an equation. You subtract first. This is your constant. This is your variable. Subtract both sides. Divide both sides by 250. Okay? Gustav needs to bake at least 252 cookies for our luncheon. At least. Now, so 252 is going to be our total. He baked 8 batches of peanut butter cookies with 12 cookies in each batch. So he did 8 batches. He's got peanut butter cookies. So our peanut butter cookies equals 8 batches with 12 in each batch. So that's 96 cookies. He's got 96 peanut butter cookies. He also baked in batches of chocolate chip cookies with 15 cookies in each. So his chocolate chip cookies were 15 times n. So this is our constant term. This is our variable term. There's our total. So our variable term, 15n, plus, instead of putting 96, we're going to put 8 times 12 because that's the way it's written in the problem. And then 252. We've got to decide what goes right here. Okay? And I'm just going to ask you some questions. I'm not going to tell you the answer. He has to have at least this many. He's got to have at least this many. That means that is the smallest number he can have. He's got to have 252 so that everybody gets a cookie. He can have 253, he can have 254, he can have 500, but he cannot have 250. So if he cannot have anything smaller than this, you've got to think about what's going to go here. That this amount is going to have to be whatever it needs to be in order to make sure this amount is 252 or more. Okay? So you've got to decide which symbol would go right there. Okay? I'm not giving you all of it, but I'm giving you a little bit. Lynn is planning an event with the total cost. The total cost cannot exceed $400. So we know that $400 right here is going to be our total. She plans to spend $180 on food and hire a clown at a rate of $35 per hour. So $180 on food is going to be your constant. $38 per hour is going to be your variable. Okay? So we've got $35 per hour plus our $180. We've got to put our inequality symbol here. And $400. It cannot exceed. So this amount right here cannot be more than this. That's all she's got to spend. She cannot spend $401. So which one of these is going to be the lesser amount? Okay, it cannot exceed that. There's your equation. Now which symbol would you put there? This, it cannot be more than this. It cannot be more than $400. Patricia has $12 to spend on an arcade. That's our total. The arcade charges $6 admission. That's our constant. And $3 per hour. That's our variable. How much can she, without spending more than $12? Okay? So, our variable term, $3 per hour, plus the $6 admission. Our inequality goes there, 12. It cannot be more than this. It cannot be. This amount has to be less than or equal to this amount. Okay? I kind of just told you the answer. Same thing as up here. This amount has to be less than or equal to this amount. Okay? A young Komodo dragon. All right, so they've already given you the inequality here. All you got to do is solve it. 92 plus x is less than or equal to 120. You're going to solve this and then look at what you got and decide which one of these numbers would fit that. Same thing right here. X divided by 16 is less than or equal to 8. You're going to solve this by multiplying 16 on both sides. I'll go ahead and give you that. And then decide which one of these answers would fit what you get as that inequality. Carson owes Nigel $110. If Carson repays this debt at a rate of 15 per week, which best represents, well, let's work it first. So he owes him $110. That's his total. 15 per week is going to be your variable. Carson's debt will be less than 50. Wait a minute, this is not your total, guys. This is going to be your constant term. This is going to be your variable term. Okay? So, $15. We got to start with that $110. We have $110. We're going to take away $15 per week, and we want this to be, we got our $50 over here, okay? So we want to get our amount so that the amount we owe will be less than $50. Okay? I'm going to go ahead. So what we're going to do here is we're going to subtract 110 from both sides. And I'm doing this. It's negative 60. Divide both sides by negative 15. Now look at what I'm doing right here. I'm dividing by a negative, so that's got to flip around. And x is going to be 12. X is going to be greater than 12. And that doesn't match any of those. Hold on a minute. All right, nix that. All right, we'll come back to that one. I gotta sit there and look at that a minute. My morning brain is not wanting to function. All right, on this one, you're just gonna solve that. And you're going to decide which answer choice. Solving that, we're going to subtract 130 from both sides and then divide. Sharon wants to start a savings account with the money she earns selling scented candles. She already has $50 and would like to save at least $90. She earns $2 for each candle she sells. She already has $50. That's going to be your constant term. She wants to save at least $90. That's going to be your total. And this is going to be your variable term. So we've got $2 for each candle plus the $50. And then how is that going to be? She wants to save at least $90. Okay. Well, there's not but one of those that it could be. Just looking at it like that, common sense will tell you the answer to that one. All right, it's giving you the, don't worry about anything but that right there. 4x plus 260 is less than 400. Solve that and decide which answer choice best fits the answer. You're going to subtract 260 from both sides and then divide both sides by 4. That's your solving. Now, we're going to come back to number 7, and I'll go over number 7 with you. I'm going to have to go back and look at number 7. So I may end up telling you, we may, but I'll get you number 7 in just a minute. But, all right, so I've walked you through that. You shouldn't have any trouble getting that completed and put into Master Connect.